Zang Fu, The Organ System of Traditional Chinese Medicine by Jeremy Ross. Chapter 13 Review of the Five Zang. The 12 Zang Fu form the core of TCM, and the 5 Zang are the most important of the 12 Zang Fu. The 5 Zang are Shen, Pi, Gan, Xin, and Fei, refers to kidney, stomach, liver, heart, and lung. If the nature and functions of each zang are understood, then it is possible to predict which patterns of disharmony it will have. Since the patterns of disharmony simply originate from failure of the functions. For example, the main function of Gan is ensuring free flowing of Qi. Failure of the free flowing of Qi results in uneven movement of Qi with obstruction, stagnation, and blockage. It is not surprising, therefore, that the main pattern of disharmony of Gan is dispersion of Gan Qi. This chapter reviews the 5 Zang by observing how each pattern of disharmony originates from failure of a particular Zang function. Functions. Table 13.1 lists the function of the 5 Zang, and Table 13.2 reduces this list to the main functions. Table 13.1 Functions of 5 Zang. Shen functions stores Jing, rules reproduction and growth, rules bones, foundation of Yin Yang, rules water, rules reception of Qi, opens into ears, manifests in hair. Pi functions rules transformation and transportation, rules muscles and limbs, governs Xue, holds up organs, opens into mouth, manifests in lips. Gang functions rules free flowing of Qi, stores Xue, rules tendons, opens into eyes, manifests in nails. Xin functions rules Xue and Xue Mai, stores Shen, opens into tongue, manifests in face. Fei functions rules Qi and governs respiration, governs dispersing and descending, rules exterior of body, regulates water channels, opens into nose, manifests in body hair. Table 13.2 Main functions of the 5 Zang. Main function of Shen is stores Jin and foundation of Yin and Yang. Main function of Pi is rules transportation and transformation. Main function of Gan is rules free flowing of Qi, stores Xue. Main function of Xin stores Shen, rules Xue and Xue Mai. Main function of Fei is rules Qi and respiration, governs dispersing and descending. Interrelationships of the main Zang functions. Shen. Shen stores Jing and is a source of the prenatal energies within the body. Jing governs the growth, development, and senescence of all other Zangfu, and is responsible for the transmission of the characteristics and heredity. In addition, Jing is associated with the marrow, bones, and brain, and is involved in the cycles of development of the body as a whole. Shen is the foundation of Yin Yang and the source of Yin Yang for each of the other Zang. Pi. Shen Yang is source of Pi Yang. Shen Yin and Shen Yang activate the transportation and transformation function of Pi and are thus necessary for the formation of Qi, Xue, and Jing. However, since there is a replenishable postnatal aspect of Jing And since Shen is a manifestation of Qi and Jing, Qi is also important in the maintenance of Qi and Shen. Therefore, Qi is the foundation of postnatal Qi and involved in the formation and maintenance of all the five substances. Since Pi is responsible for the formation of Qi, Xue, and Jing, it rules the flesh and the muscles, and hence the limbs, since without the warming, nourishing, and lubricating action of these three substances, flesh and muscles cannot function correctly. Gan. Gan rules free flowing of qi, and hence the even movement of qi and xue through the Jingluo, Zang Fu, and tissues. It also governs the regular and adequate storage and release of xue. Hence, the tendons and muscles rely on Gan for a regular, even supply of nourishment and moisture. In this area, the function of Pi and Gan are closely linked. Shin. Shin stores Shen, which is responsible for vitalizing all the system of the body and contributes the unique quality of consciousness. Shin also governs Xue and Xue Mai and is responsible for the heartbeat, the pulse, and the movement of Xue through Xue Mai. Fei. Fei is responsible for the movement of respiration and for the intake of the pure qi of air from the external environment. Fei governs the dispersing of qi and jing around the body, and the descent of qi from Fei to Shen, which is linked to the function of Shen in holding down the qi. Fei liquefies the impure fraction of Jing and sends it down to Shen. Shen vaporizes the fluid and sends it up to Fei. Thus, there is a very close relationship between Fei and Shen, especially since Fei relies on Shen as a source of both Fei Yin and Fei Yang. Fei is also closely linked to Pi, since Shen Qi, which circulates in the body as Yin Qi and Wei Qi, needs both the Gu Qi from Pi and the Qi of air from Fei for its formation. Also, Fei is associated with the exterior of the body and the skin. Obviously, although useful in giving a clear overview, this account of the main functions of the five Zang is grossly oversimplified. For example, each of the five Zang is involved in the formation and transformation of Qi, Xue, and Jing, as shown in Table 13.3. Origins of patterns of disharmony. The patterns of disharmony of each of the five Zan arise from failure of a specific function or functions. If we are similar with the nature and function of the Zan, we can predict its pattern of disharmony. Shen. The most important disharmonies of Shen are associated with deficiency of Jing, with disorders of bones, brain, growth, development, reproduction, and premature senility, and with relative deficiency of Shen Yin or Shen Yang. Deficient Shen Yin or deficient Shen Yang may affect the other Zang, which depends on Shen for both an adequate source of Yin and Yang and for their relative balance of Yin and Yang. Also, if Shen Qi and Yang are weak, and Shen fails to receive Qi sent down by Fei, then there may be difficulty in breathing. Shen rules Jing metabolism, and Shen Qi or Shen Yang deficiency may manifest as Shen Qi not firm, with leakage of sperm or urine. Alternatively, Shen Yang deficiency may result in accumulation of fluids and edema, the pattern of water overflowing. P. If P lacks the Qi and Yang to activate transportation and transformation, there may be deficiency of Qi and Xue. and also accumulation of Jing with possible formation of phlegm. Also, deficient Pi Yang may lead to inability of Pi to hold Xue in Xue Mai and to hold up the organs. Hence, Pi depends on Shen for a proper balance of Yang. Since Pi tends to deficient Yang, it is susceptible to invasion by external cold and damp, which in turn will further depress transportation and transformation. However, under certain conditions, there may be accumulation of damp heat in Pi. Gan. If the free-flowing function of Gan becomes defective, there may be stagnation or unevenness of movement of Qi and Xue, i.e., depression of Gan Qi, associated with disturbance of flow of bile, digestion, emotions, and menstrual cycle, and also local pain and discomfort along the course of the Jing law. Gan is closely linked to with Pi, and if P is relatively deficient, Gan may more readily invade and upset transportation and transformation, causing various signs of impaired digestion. Stagnation of Qi may give rise to heat, either blazing Gan fire or damp heat in Gan and Dan, and this may damage Gan Yin. Hence, Gan needs an adequate supply of Yin and is easily affected by deficient Shen Yin. Hyperactive Ganyang may be associated with deficient Gan Yin, and hyperactive Ganyang and blazing Gan fire may be associated with stirring of Gan wind. Failure of the Gan function of storage of Xue may be associated with the deficient Gan Xue, which may also give rise to stirring of Gan wind. Alternatively, stagnation of qi in Ganjing Luo may be associated with accumulation of cold and damp. Shen. Shen is subject to two main disharmonies, deficiency and disturbance. If Shen Qi and Yang are deficient, there may be signs of deficient Shen. If Shen Xue and Shen Yin are deficient, there may be signs of disturbance of Shen. Also, since Shen is responsible for movement of Xue in Xue Mai, deficiency of Qi and Yang of Shen may lead to stagnation and deficient movement of Xue, and specifically to stagnant Shen Xue. Also, since Shen must be able to move freely, if the orifices of Shen are obstructed by phlegm, movement of Shen will become obstructed or irregular, resulting in fluctuations of mania and depression, or loss of consciousness, as in flame fire agitating Shin or cold flame misting Shin. Shin is liable to both deficient Yin and deficient Yang, and is therefore affected by both deficient Shen Yin and deficient Shen Yang. Deficient Shen Yang may be linked with deficient Pi Yang, and hence with formation of phlegm. This gives a combination of deficient Shen Yang, deficient Pi Yang, and deficient Shen Yang. Alternatively, deficient Shen Yin may be associated with deficient Gan Yin and with blazing Gan fire, and these three patterns may then originate deficient Shen Yin and blazing Shen fire. Fei. Impairment of the Fei function of respiration may lead to deficiency of Qi and to deficient Fei Qi. Alternatively, deficiency of Pi Qi and Pi Yang may lead to deficient Qi, which then affects Fei. If Fei Qi is deficient, then Fei cannot send Qi down to Shen, and if Shen Qi is deficient, Shen cannot receive Qi properly, and there may be difficulty in breathing. Deficient Fei Qi may be associated with failure of function of Fei to disperse Qi around the body. This may be associated with insufficient supply of Wei to the skin and of Yin to the muscles, so that external disease factors may more readily invade the body. Hence, Fei is the tender organ, the Zang most susceptible to external invasion. Invasion of Fei by external wind is often associated with deficient Fei Qi and impairment of the dispersing function of Fei. Poor dispersing function may lead to failure to disperse the invading factor, so that it is retained in Fei, and to accumulation of phlegm in Fei. These disease factors then further impair the dispersing function. Fei is dependent on Shen Yang to energize its dispersing and descending functions. If Shen Yang and Fei Yang are deficient, then Fei may be unable to send impure fluid down to Shen properly or disperse Jing Ye around the body. Since deficient Shen Yang is associated with inability of Shen to vaporize the fluids and send them up to Fei, a combination of deficiency of Shen Yang and Fei Yang results in breakdown of Jing Ye metabolism and edema. Fei, like Shen, tends to both deficient Yin and deficient Yang. Deficiency of Shen Yin and Fei Yin may be associated with heat and dryness in Fei, and perhaps with blazing fire in Fei, with symptoms of dry cough and hemoptysis. Table 13.3. The five Zang and the formation of Qi, Xue, and Jing. Shen Qi, source of prenatal Qi, activates formation of postnatal Qi, receives Qi from Fei. Shen Xue, some Xue forms from bone marrow, activates formation of Xue. Substance Jing of Shen, activates formation, vaporization, and transformation of Jing. Pi Qi, source of Gu Qi from food and drink. Pi Xue, source of Xue from food and drink, holds Xue in Xue Mai. Substance Jing of Pi, source of Jing from food and drink. Gan Qi, governs free flowing of Qi. Gan Xue, ensures free flowing of Xue, stores and releases Xue. Substance Jing of Gan, ensures free flowing of Jing. Shen Qi, Shen is ultimate manifestation of Qi and Jing. Shen Xue, rules movement of Xue in Xue Mai. Substance and Jing of Shen is involved in interrelationship of Xue, Yin, and Jing. Fei Qi, rules respiration and intake of pure Qi of air, rules dispersing and descending of Qi. Fei Xue, Fei and Shen are involved in formation of Xue in chest. Substance and Jing of Fei, rules dispersing and descending of Jing. Table 13.4. Patterns of disharmony of the five Zang. Patterns of disharmony of Shen. Deficient Shen Jing. Deficient Shen Yang. Shen Qi not firm. Shen fails to receive Qi. Water overflowing. Deficient Shen Yin. Patterns of disharmony of Pi. Deficient Pi Qi. Deficient Pi Yang. inability of Pi to govern Xue, sinking of Pi Qi, invasion of Pi by cold and damp. Damp heat accumulates in Pi. Patterns of disharmony of Gan. Depression of Gan Qi, deficient Gan Xue, hyperactive Gan Yang, blazing Gan fire, stirring of Gan wind, damp heat in Gan and Dang, stagnation of cold in Gan Jing. Patterns of disharmony of Shen. Deficient Shen Qi, deficient Shen Yang, collapse of Shen Yang, stagnant Shen Xue, deficient Shen Yin, blazing Shen fire, flame fire agitating Shen, cold flame misting Shen. Patterns of disharmony of Fei. Deficient Fei Qi, deficient Fei Yin, invasion of Fei by wind, retention of flame in Fei.